Yeah, I was just gonna say, so you're kind of talking about your, uh, your the struggles and just all the things that went into the combat and all these things that bring you from GZ Doom over. I was gonna say, like, what were some of the struggles designing the environments to tell a story in the environment or through the sound and the lighting and things like that is obviously going to be a pretty big departure from Turbo Overkill.
I think the biggest challenge was trying to take because I wanted to be authentic to the mod, so I had this trouble in the beginning a lot where it's like, okay, I've remade this area from the mod, it looks double, triple the resolution of what the mod is, but does it feel this, like, do you get the same feeling from it when you run through the space as you do in the mod? And the mod board's the way the mod looks, it has a certain look to it. That look only exists because it's of the restrictions of what it was working with. So the lighting is very flat. The lighting's very flat. Yeah. The colors are desaturated. You go from that engine to Unity, where now you have fully lit environments with shadows and all of this pizzazz that you couldn't really do in GC Doom. Now you have to try and say, okay, now this space feels completely different from what the mod feels. So that's why so many levels in Total Chaos are just like, okay, well, I'm just gonna put a shitload of fog in here to make it look grey. So it's like all the spaces that are all the corners of the room that are black because there's no light there is now just this fog of grey. Try and match what the mod was doing, which is basically very unlit environments. Because I don't think in the mod there's only 2 or 3 areas where it's just fully pitch black.
So the Silent Hill solution.
The Silent Hill solution, yes.
Yeah.
Exactly. From the death.
Fog everywhere. It's so atmospheric though when it's used. It's amazing how limitations can force you to be inventive.
And it kind of felt like a bit of. I got a bit of story out of that as well because the whole. Well, I mean, spoiler alert: the whole thing's kind of in someone's mind. So the whole idea of having fog everywhere kind of represents brain fog. Brain fog. So
nice.
Yeah, that I can kind of explain it away with that, I guess.
Yeah, it's a good job this episode's going out after the game releases, otherwise there'll be people like, God damn it, Sam, giving away the ending.
Speaking of Silent Hill, how was it collaborating with Akira Yamaoka? How special was that?
Yeah, that was kind of a pinch me moment.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I was talking with my producer Jaren, who he said he knew him from way back. So he said it's like, maybe I'll put a message out there to see if he's keen, and I didn't really expect much from it, but yeah, he was totally keen, and what he produced was just absolutely incredible. I never actually played Silent Hill. I only played the first Silent Hill game I ever played was the remake of 2 last year. I had watched Let's Plays of it, so I wasn't fully familiar with its music, but then I realized, when I started working on this back in 2017, 2018, I would always put on horror game YouTube videos in the background of music,
Get yourself
I'd always
in the zone.
Get myself in the zone, and I'd always gravitate towards his music and playlists of just his music, and I'd keep it looping over and over and over again. So I was kind of listening to his work throughout most of the development of this game, and then and then I got very familiar with what he's done, and then Jan was just like, hey, what do we get him in to make something? And
how did he break the news to you then?
So
how did he break the news? How did the phone conversation go down when he revealed that he was on board?
I was ecstatic. Dream come true. I never.
What is the track that he did? Is it Catharsis? Is that what it's called?
That is, yeah.
The one track? Yeah. It's very, it's actually very Silent Hill sounding in parts of it. Kind of like the background track. But then it goes super heavy. I was listening to it earlier and I was like, this is actually pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, because I was talking to Jen, it's like, because I was deep in. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to collaborate much on the track. I kind of just like left it in Jaren's hands because I was like, I was deep in the weeds on finishing the game, so I kind of just like, gave him a list of these are like my top Silent Hill songs. Like, this is like he was asking like, what kind of sound are you after? And I was like, here's a list of my favorite tracks. And then first thing he came back with was like, yeah, that's too bloody good. Final.
No way. So
Yeah,
why
I love how down to clown he is to do things. I think he did. Me and Deadforge were talking before the show because we were like, "Oh, I can't wait to talk about this." He's done Slitterhead for some previous, Silent Hill people were involved with that, and he did. I think he needed new music for the remake, Silent Hill 2 remake. And there's at least one other game recently, and it's just like he is not afraid to come out of retirement and just be like, retirement, right?
I don't know if he like
As
came
far as
back
the
and did.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if he did like new renditions of the soundtrack for Shadows of the Damned when they did that remaster that came out last year or early this year, whenever it came out. Yeah, I feel like there's like a couple other smaller games that he was involved in. Not all of them are horror games either. Like there's a couple other just very different games that he's involved with. Yeah, he seems to be pretty open to doing stuff.
Yeah, it's good when people that are that prestigious are like, actually, you know what? It doesn't matter what your project is. If I like it, I'll do it. Because that music is their passion, and they're not motivated by fame or money or something like that. So,
yeah.